Every course, every guru, every piece of advice online tells you to do the same thing. Pick a niche, stay in your lane. They're wrong. If you're over 40 with years of experience and a head full of ideas and you've been stuck trying to squeeze it all into this tiny box, well, guess what? This video is going to give you the permission to share it all. You see, 2 years ago, I made a video saying exactly this. 150,000 people watched it. 1,300 people actually commented on it. And the comment I got more than anything else wasn't "great tips, Stephen." It was "thank you for the permission." So in this video, I'm going to share with you why niching down could be killing your channel and what to do instead. Oh, and guess what? It only takes an hour a day. Heck, you could even do it on your lunch break. Now, before I go any further, let me ask you something. Are you stuck trying to find this mystery niche? Have you been going backwards and forwards, between different ideas and different topics and reading contradictory advice from people who are half your age? And then you end up more confused than when you started. If that's you right now, please drop me a comment down below and tell me what's the one thing keeping you stuck when it comes to picking a niche. I read every single one and they become fuel for videos that help you. Now, did you know that the VP of engineering at YouTube, the man who actually built this recommendation system, the reason you're watching this video, has confirmed that you do not need to pick a niche? Heck, he even wrote a blog about it. And I've been saying this now for over 2 years, long before it was popular, long before the data backed it up. And I didn't figure this all out from some textbook. You see, 16 years ago, I was a police detective. I had a day job, mortgage, family, all the same things as you. That same feeling sitting on my chest that I was supposed to be building something of my own, a legacy, if you will. I had more than one skill set and I had more than one interest. And every piece of advice told me to pick one and forget the rest. Well, I didn't listen. And that decision changed my life. Now you might be asking how. Well, I earn thousands of dollars a month doing what I love. I work just 4 hours a day. I spend more time with my family and I'm present with my children when they leave and get home from school. And to top it all off, I have 13 weeks holiday a year. So if you're sitting there now thinking, well, how do I choose? Stay with me, because you don't have to. Now, here is the best advice that I can give you. Please do not come to YouTube to be a YouTuber. Because if you do, what will happen is you'll get drawn straight into that niche trap. The one the gurus built for people half your age with one skill set and no track record. You are not that person. So consider this. Come as a business owner who uses YouTube, or at the very least, come with a business idea in mind so you can work 4 hours a day and have 13 weeks holiday a year with your family. Because when you do that, everything starts to shift. Your product, your service, your offer, they're not separate from your content. They are your content, built on your expertise, your experience, and your knowledge. Your past, that's your product. And if you get this wrong, if you show up trying to be a YouTuber first, you'll spend months chasing an algorithm that doesn't know you, making content that doesn't sound like you for an audience that will never, ever buy from you. That's not a business, and it's certainly not a successful YouTube channel. It's a hobby with a ring light. Now, here's something that nobody is telling you, and it cost me months to learn. The videos that perform best on my channel, they aren't the polished ones. They weren't the ones I spent hours scripting and editing and pop-up text and graphics and sound effects. They're the ones that just felt real, unpolished and raw. Usually some crazy moment with a whiteboard, because it's raw and it's real. And real is what people over 40 are starving for. That's what I've learned and discovered. No one relates to being perfect, so don't be. Just be unapologetically you. Share your imperfections. I have in this video. I've made mistakes already. Whether it be a stutter, a pause, or an unscripted moment, those aren't weaknesses. They're the proof that you are a real person and you've not been created by AI. And that's exactly what your audience is looking for. Not polished, not perfect, not scripted by someone who doesn't know your life, because that's not relatable. And if that scares you, if you're thinking, but how do I look professional? Let me tell you something. Professional doesn't mean perfect. Professional means someone who knows what they're talking about and aren't afraid to show up as themselves. You've been doing it your entire career. You just haven't done it on camera yet. Now, let me give you something that changes everything about who you create for. The person you can help the most, the person your content should be speaking to. That is a former version of yourself. Not someone who looks like you or sounds like you, but someone who is where you once were, stuck in the same point, asking the same questions, hitting the same wall. You see, you've got the answers because you've gone through it. Every single person watching my channel, joining my community, or becoming a client, they're all a previous version of me. And I'm guiding them through a sticking point on a road that I've already traveled. You see, that's not a niche. That's a calling. And it means that you don't have to pick a topic. You need to pick a person and speak to where they are right now. But how do you do that? How do you turn that into a channel, a brand, or a business? Well, I'm going to come back to that. You'll have it all before the end of this video. Now, I want to tell you about Sean. Sean's a member of my Heart Brand Blueprint community. Now, he sent me a message and it literally just stopped me in my tracks. He'd be doing the deep work, sitting outside early one morning, with the bird song where he lives in Ireland, working through his values, because it's a task we ask people to look at in the community, and doing an exercise called 7 levels deep, where you identify your core why. Now, at the 5th level, something broke open. And he realized that when the end of his life comes, he wants to have really lived. Now, at the 6th level, he was in tears because what came up was that he wants to show the world, his family, his kids, that he's not scared or ashamed to be himself anymore. And then he listed what he loves: peace, freedom, simplicity, stillness in nature, helping others transcend from suffering. Then what he's good at, helping people liberate themselves from limitations, deep listening, simplifying complexity, and systems thinking. And then he identified what the world needs: truth tellers, frameworks for human thriving, ways of navigating uncertainty and fear. And then what could he be paid for? Well, courses, cohorts, teaching retreats. And then he asked me a question: Stephen, how do I pick just one? Because every piece of evidence tells me to niche down. But then when I try, it feels wrong, like I'm cutting off part of who I am. Now, I've got a question for you. Does that sound familiar? Come on, how many of you have felt exactly like that? Let me know your thoughts on this niche conundrum in the comments below. You see, Sean isn't confused. Sean's actually more qualified than most creators on YouTube. You see, because he's done the inner work more than most people will do in a lifetime. He just hasn't been given the right framework. And that question, his question, is exactly why this video here exists. Now, here's what the gurus will tell you. Pick a niche, one topic, one audience, one message, stay in your lane. Now, I'm going to do what I call a guru autopsy on that advice, because it sounds logical, doesn't it? But it's built for the wrong person. That advice was designed for 25-year-olds with no skills, or one skill, and no track record. You are not that person. Now, I tried once. I modeled the big players, did what the guru said, chased the algorithms. You know what happened? Fuck all. Absolutely nothing. Because I was optimizing for a machine, not for a person. The moment I stopped creating for algorithms and started creating for human beings, everything changed. So my friends, please create for humans, not some imaginary algorithm. Because here's the truth. The pick a niche model treats your experience as a liability. Like having more to offer is somehow a problem. That's not a business model. That's a cage. So here's the reframe for you. If you get nothing else from this video, get this. Because this is the difference between staying stuck and actually building something. Stop trying to niche a topic and start niching a person. Not what you talk about, but who you talk to. You see, when I work with clients, I don't ask, what's your niche? I ask, who is the person that only you can help? What do they believe? What are they frustrated with? What have they been told that's wrong? You see, that's a worldview niche. And here is why it works. When the same person nods along to every video that you make, not because the topics are the same, but because your lens is the same, YouTube's algorithm notices. It finds more people like them. Like I said, 2 years ago, I made that video. 150,000 views, 1,300 comments, and one line quoted back to me more than I can remember is, "You are the niche." Not your topic, not your format, not your editing style. You. You are your own blue ocean, a space where you don't have to compete with everyone because no one else has lived your life. You see, while everyone else is fighting in this red ocean, the crowded, competitive, niche down spaces, you are literally carving out your own territory where you are the only option. Now, stay with me because what's coming up next is the most important part that people never hear. And it's the reason that some creators over 40 sit on the sidelines for years while others are building real channels and real businesses in a matter of months. Now, if this is resonating with you, I would really welcome if you could hit the like button. Go on, do it. I dare you. It tells YouTube this video is worth sharing, and it helps me get this message in front of more people over 40 who need to hear it. It's actually your permission. Now, I want to give you a concept that changed everything for me and for every client I've taken through this. I like to call it your experience arbitrage. Arbitrage. It's a mouthful. But anyway, here's the principle. Information is free. You can Google it, AI it, download it. Everyone has access to the same information. But experience, your experience, that's scarce. Nobody has lived your life. Nobody has made your mistakes. Nobody's built what you've built, lost what you've lost, or learned what you've learned the hard way. That's your unfair advantage. Your life story is your biggest asset. And in 2026, with AI generating content at scale, wisdom is the only currency that cannot be replicated. You are the biggest gift that you can give to the world. So when Sean asked me, how do I pick one niche from all of my experience? The answer is you don't. You bring all of it through your lens, to that one person, because your audience doesn't follow topics. They follow your worldview. People buy from people after all. Now, I want you to stop there for a second because I know what some of you will be thinking. Stephen, sounds good, but I've been sitting here for years, months, maybe longer, and I still haven't started. You know what? I hear you and I hear it every day. But one lady commented on that video with 100,000 views and said, I just decided to launch my YouTube channel after going back and forth for 10 years. 10 years. Not because she didn't have an idea, not because she didn't have the experience, but because nobody gave her permission to bring it all of herself to it. So here it is. You have permission. Permission to use everything you've ever done. Permission to be unpolished, unscripted, unfinished. Permission to show up as a real person, not as some polished brand. Because here's what the gurus will never, ever tell you. Your audience isn't looking for perfect. They're looking for real. And real, well, that's something you've been practicing for your entire life. Your past is not your liability. It is your product. And you, exactly as you are right now, you are enough to start. Now, if you're feeling this, but you want something more than a YouTube video to get you started, I built something for you. It's called the YouTube Green Room. It's my brand new community for first timers and fresh starters. It's completely free and always will be. And inside, you'll find a full guide breaking down everything I've shared in this video, step by step in a document that you can actually work from, plus all the resources you need to get started on YouTube. There'll be a link in the description, or let me know, just put community in the comments. Please come and join us. I would love to welcome you in and get you started on your journey. So, other than that, here's your one action from today. Remember what I said earlier, the person you can help the most is the former version of you. Don't ask yourself what your niche is. Ask yourself, who is the one person I'm uniquely built to help? So, where are they stuck? What did they maybe believe was wrong? And what do you know that would have changed everything for them? There's 3 YouTube videos right there for you to make. Write it down, one sentence, one person, one worldview. That is your channel. That's your business. That is your personal brand. Now, if this is resonating with you and if you've been sitting on the sidelines because you couldn't figure out your niche, I want you to hear this. You don't have a niche problem. You have a permission problem. And you've been waiting for someone to tell you it's okay to bring all of this and do all of you. Your full story, your full experience, your full perspective. Like I said, 2 years ago, I said this to 150,000 people and they all agreed. You are the niche. Your past is your product. And YouTube right now in 2026 is the best platform on the planet for people like you to build a real business around everything that you've lived. Now, earlier I said, don't come to YouTube to be a YouTuber. Come as a business owner, or at least with a business idea in mind. But you might be thinking, Stephen, what does that actually look like? How do I actually make money from everything that you're saying? Well, in this next video here, I'm going to show you how just 400 views per video has made me $20,000 months and exactly how you can replicate it. So just watch this.